Hello, my Rosalynds and Rosikins. Mother is back. So, in this video, I want to dedicate it to my European ancestry and how I pay homage to it. When I said that I was going to embrace every part of myself, I really did mean it. And some might feel that this video is controversial to them, but it doesn't have to be to me. Whether we like it or not, the cultures that are within us, and it's up to you to make it what you want to. And so I dedicate this video to those who might struggle with embracing their European ancestry. It doesn't have to be a curse, it doesn't have to be the worst thing ever. It can actually be good, it can actually be beneficial. So let's get into it. So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is England and Northwestern Europe. I found their beauty standards and like what they value in beauty to be very, very health conscious. So, the first thing is a flat tummy. They desire to achieve a tiny waist. The British woman also tries to pull off a flat stomach and meet the modern global beauty standard. So for them, they don't want like a pudgy stomach. They don't want any like baby fat. They don't want nothing like that. They want to have a healthy, toned torso with abs, basically. The second thing is thin arms and legs. Wiggly arms and legs aren't attractive in the modern world. Hence, the British women are required to have thin arms and legs. There's no place for excess fat, it is to be burnt. In other ways, these can also be called toned. Okay? So they're big on maintaining a fit body. They do not want jiggle jiggle. They do not want big back, big back. What they want is health and beauty and youthfulness, which I concur. The third thing is a thigh gap. As slim legs are being promoted, so does a thigh gap. It's like the after effect of slender thighs. Exercise can solve all of these problems, but at the same time, many women opt for surgeries to reduce fat, so such extreme decisions may also lead to the loss of life. So many British women are in the race to get slimmer inner thighs, thus getting a thigh gap. So I'm sure we've all seen it, women that are very healthy, that have thigh gaps, even supermodels, etc. And I find it so interesting because within the Black community, a lot of Black women struggle with their weight. Even I do. But for me, I'm determined to not have that problem in the future. I'm determined to be at my healthiest self and peak, right? And beauty. And so many of us, we're built with, like bigger thighs naturally. We just like have that going on. But I would say make it a priority to try to reduce your thigh fat. And then number four is a slim face. Why is everything slim being encouraged in England? No one can say when modern beauty standards would take a turn. A slim face is now charming in the UK. What should a person born with a chubby cheeks do? When an English rose is being referred, they usually have fuller cheeks, but modern beauties have a slim face. I think natural is what slays, right? So that's what the writer of the article said. However, I would say that the more defined your face is, the more your beautiful features stand out. So I'm all for this. Number five, big bosom and butts. So this part I find naturally is what I possessed. So it says that it mostly is a version of an hourglass figure. This is the definition of a perfect woman according to the British beauty standards. Basically saying that, everything else is smaller, but when it comes down to your breasts and your booty, you want some jelly in it. You know what I'm saying? So that one, I feel like I really have down pat with that one. Fuller lips though, that number six, fuller lips, I find that natural for me too as African American woman. And it says that Botox or lip fillers have seen increased demand. Full lips look sexy as per modern beauty. So it talks about the side effects, but if you're like me, okay, if you're like me, you already just have that. So that's another beauty standard. And last but not least, I found this most interesting, but also flattering, is tan skin. Now I noticed he didn't say brown or dark skin, but technically speaking, those of us who have a darker complexion are naturally kissed by the sun. Just saying, just saying. So, So pale skin tone, number seven, tan skin. Pale skin tone may be preferred elsewhere, but not in the UK anymore. A tan skin tone is believed to be good looking. So a lot of women are undergoing tanning to try to give more of a healthier glow to their skin. Now, I find this very interesting. I find the whole entire beauty standards and like the type of beauty that, you know, England, Northwestern Europe women strive for to be just basically health. They're striving for health, to have a natural glow, to have thin arms, thin thighs, to have a toned abs and whatnot, and to have, some junk in the trunk and some rump in the front, right? And I find it to be something that I definitely could get on board with and I can incorporate into my beauty standard. And I am incorporating into my beauty standard. Now, I didn't say that as women of color, we have to be a stick. But what I am saying is that you could be slim thick, but that should be the highest you would want to go if you want to have a certain look to yourself, right? Like all these things that were in this article are a byproduct of health, literally. So I'm full support. I am 100% doing this beauty standard as we speak on my journey there to achieve that type of beauty standard because it just hits different, right? Another beauty secret of Northwestern and England women would be the red lip. Firstly, the perfect British style staple that always stays on trend. The signature red lip has always been admired by British beauties. And for this one, I feel like I really relate to this because my Rosalind's and Rosalind's mother is always in a red lip. That's like my signature style, literally. It's bold, it's daring, it's sexy, it's dominant, it's feminine. It's just everything I think about when I think of a feminine woman, a red lip. Okay. So So the next country I'm going to touch on is Germanic Europe. What I found most interesting is that they really, really value natural beauty. So it first states makeup is discreet. Most German girls prefer to err on the side of too little rather than too much makeup. And what's funny is I really resonate with this. I'm all for skincare and making sure you're naturally beautiful. And I personally do this naturally. The commonly seen makeup is a subtle layer of foundation, a touch of blush or lip gloss, and eyeshadow. And of course, mascara, which I just do too. This is so funny to me. To the point where people don't even know if you have makeup on, they just know your skin looks clear, right? When it comes to skincare, women don't go fancy, but instead like to get the basics right. And I feel the same way. My beauty routine is basic, but hopefully effective. German women don't spend a lot on cosmetics. I don't either. I shop at like the drugstore for my foundation. Natural beauty is valued in Germany, and beauty is closely connected to wellness. Again, they're going for more of a healthy look, a healthy glow, and I love this. I love this idea. I don't really believe in drag queen makeup. I don't believe in nourishing false beauty enhancements more than nourishing your natural body. And I really love the way that they think and how they view beauty in this country, which is part of my ancestral connections. But yes. So the next country that we're focusing on is Norway. Healthy diet is number one. So healthy skin starts with a healthy diet, and Scandinavian women know it. Okay. They focus on healthy seasonal eating based on local fruit, vegetables, and seafood. They tend to eat more whole foods than processed foods. That includes fruit, especially berries, root vegetables, fish rich in omega 3 fatty acids, and collagen, whole grains and yogurt, and stay away from fast food, sugary drinks, foods, added sugars, and excessively salty food. So it's all about health for them. Another thing is that they make sure they get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep is a foundation for a healthy body and mind. They have a special approach to sleep. They find time for analog bedtime rituals such as reading or brewing a cup of tea, go to bed early, and wake up early. Always take care to make the room dark and sleep with their windows open, as fresh air is known to promote better sleep. That I would have to try with the room door open, but I don't feel comfortable quite yet. But one day. And last but not least, I found out they hydrate holistically. So they're always drinking something. So the Nordics may be notorious for drinking the most coffee in the world, but Scandi girls even the scales by chugging more than their daily share of water, 3 liters to be precise. So they tackle the issue of hydration from the outside with hyaluronic acids, facial mist, creams, and weekly face masks after having their internal H2O reserves, so getting enough water inside. If there's one thing we have down pat, it's how to hydrate. So they always have their water, they're always drinking water, they're always sleeping, and they're always eating healthy foods. This can help anybody be beautiful, right? And so I appreciate the culture and what they prioritize in regards to bodily health for beauty. So Ireland had some very interesting beauty tips. One was give your hair a beer rinse. So the malt and hops and beer are great for hair. Adding strength and shine, go for Guinness. It's the Irish best after all. So basically just douse your hair with beer and it should help your hair. Another thing was go red. So going red is a great way to embrace a bit of Irish this season. So like dyeing your hair like a reddish auburn color or red in general, but like a natural ginger color. I think I might try to wear hair that's tinted more red to honor that part of my ancestry. I don't know about the beer hair washes and rinses, but I think it's very interesting. So for me, by exploring my, European ancestry through my beauty, it's helping me to see that the main focus within this ancestry is more of health and nourishing your natural beauty to the point where people would think that you have beauty enhancements, but it's just all really yours. And what I love about my European ancestry is the diversity amongst the different countries. Yes, the sole basis that I learned from them mostly is to value my health and my body and to not be a big back and to be someone who is athletic and strong, but also to be someone who can embrace red hair, red lips, um, who can embrace, tan skin. I also want to add that for me, I was kind of surprised with how much I just naturally like take part in these beauty rituals and beauty ideals and beauty standards in regards to like the health aspect and the sleep and the water and exercising and diet, things like that just come naturally to any human being that wants to stay on this earth for longer and who values their body. And I love that I come from an ancestry that is all about being the fittest. I really am. I'm just so proud. And I also want to say that there's so much more different beauty rituals and whatnot within each different country that I touched on that I'm descended from. But I feel like it's more so this is the modern beauty like tips and whatnot. But back then, like I was looking up, the English British beauty standards, and they would mention the Victorian era, for example. And maybe I'll do a deep dive into time and places in regards to my ancestry and beauty that I really want to get the aesthetic for, you know? I just think that it's very interesting and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to come from such um, a simple ancestry that basically is just common sense, the things that we need to do to be beautiful. It's all about health. Health equals beauty with this ancestry, and I'm on board with that. So that's what I wanted to tell you, my Roslins and Rosikins. I cannot wait to keep exploring this type of beauty because this is a lifetime beauty for sure. Mother will talk to you guys later. Ciao!